Blondie's musical influence on currently fashionable bands like Pulp and Elastica is obvious to all, and Deborah's inspired every subsequent female pop performer, including Madonna. Well, since Blondie split up in 1983, Deborah's concentrated on her solo career, as well as starring in cult films such as Videodrome and Hairspray. She's currently in London to perform with the Jazz Passengers, and she joined me on Wednesday with Roy Nathanson, one of the founders of the Jazz Passengers. Deborah saying, turn it off, that's enough. I mean, what a thing to say. Doesn't she look great with that hat on? You must have known something about our climate over here.
Climate everywhere. It's cold.
I know. You've been to Germany?
Yes.
Touring in Germany?
I've been in Switzerland and Germany, and we had one night in Paris.
We did. I forgot.
We were hopping around.
Oh, and
it was a good thing, too, because it was too cold to stand still.
Right. I bet. But with a whole pile of guys, I mean, he's just one of them that's supporting you on this, or you're supporting them.
I'm supporting them.
You're supporting
No.
Co-supporters.
Yeah.
We're co-supporters.
Do you remember her? When you saw that video there, do you remember distinctly
I know,
everything
sure.
about
I mean,
her?
I used to go to CBGBs. I mean, I played in punk bands a little bit, and I sort of lived in that same milieu, although I'd never liked it constantly banging on the drum like that, that rock and roll.
Yeah,
but I like Blondie. I like Blondie. I like Patti Smith, and I like that stuff. I mean, I was sort of culturally part of that, but musically, I liked jazz and culture. I liked sort of what was going on in the new wave scene at the time. I liked her.
Tell me about your past, Roy.
You
have a past.
I don't have a past.
It's a good past.
Tell me what you thought about her when you met her, because
No.
Because this is a woman. No, this is a woman who you remember with a voice like this, and we're going to hear in a minute or two Deborah Harry with a voice which gets you right down there. It's a resonant, great voice. Did you know she had a voice like that when you first?
No,
met her?
actually, I liked the voice. I liked her voice from Blondie, but I didn't know that much. I just remembered that it was also that she was funny, and that she also had this kind of quality. And Hal Wilner produced this record that we did, which had a whole bunch of different vocalists. And when I met her, and she came and she did this song that we wrote, that me and my friend Ray Dobbins wrote, that the whole band, she just sang it great, and blah, 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 blah. It was amazing.
That'll do, Pete.
Thank you, my dear.
It's one thing, though. It's one thing meeting and agreeing to do, one song. But you then took off on tour with these guys.
Yeah.
Did you want to do that right from the beginning?
No, I didn't really. It just sort of developed. I don't know. It seemed to work out personality-wise. I don't know. It just seemed to slip together. I mean, it took me a while to catch on to the Jazz Passengers style and their sensibility. I mean, it's totally foreign to me.
The lack of.
Oh, lack of,
Was
yes.
it really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he said to me before you came on that you immediately took to the most difficult songs that he had written.
No, the first one.
That was the, yeah. But I mean, I had a chance to work on that. It's a different thing playing live than making a record anyway. I mean, it's just, one is one thing, one is the other.
And touring, you get on well together. You're obviously enjoying all of that. The guy that we saw there, Chris. You said, "Oh, Chris."
Oh, that's Chris.
Yeah, that's your Chris. Where is Chris these days?
He's back in New York.
Do you
Digging out, probably. They've got a lot of snow, too.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
You keep in touch with them all?
Oh, yeah.
All the
Definitely, all the time.
So your threads and your memories go back, and they just don't end. You carry on.
Well, some of them I've severed.
Because we've missed you, see. We've missed Deborah Harry. You walked into this building and they all said, "It's Deborah Harry. She's back. She's here. She's in London."
Oh, it's so nice.
Cult thing.
Wonderful.
Are you aware of the kind of effect you had when you were singing in Blondie then? Young kids, apart from older ones, the influence you had on them as they were growing up? This cult thing they had about you when they were growing up?
Well, it was very extraordinary for us to have audiences that were such a wide range of ages, and that was one of the things that Blondie. Everyone in the band was always sort of really surprised about that. That parents would be there with little tiny children, little babies, and we had all different ages in our audience, and that was always kind of astounding and really. Very, very nice.
And you've gone right away. I mean, the image is just bang. You've just not, well, obviously the hair, but the performance.
Yeah, that's the hair.
You never go blonde again.
I I don't think I'll bleach it again because it really got damaged. And I did it myself, and I overdid it, of course. I think I was probably getting high off the bleach. I don't know. So
That's it.
now
for
I
now.
just wear wigs, and
You're not
I
ready
sort
to
of
wait.
love that, you know. I mean, that old staple gun
You don't do that to
works
yourself.
great.
No.
Yeah.
And then I borrowed your wig.
And then Roy gets to borrow my wigs and some of my high heels. And what else?
Well, he's just been in having his hair cut
Yes,
using
yeah.
our makeup artist, which looks fine.
Yeah.
We want to hear you perform. I know you're going to do that for us with all the jazz passengers, so I'll leave you for the moment. Thanks very much, Deborah.
Thank you, Selina.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's all for tonight. A big thank you to all my guests. We're back again tomorrow night at 7:30 Central European Time. Before we go, here's Ambivalence from Deborah Harry and the Jazz Passengers. Good night.
Well, here we are again in the middle of nowhere.
Middle of nowhere.
I know that if you could, you'd live in the middle of nowhere.
Middle of nowhere.
So go home with the waiter. What do I care? You will anyway. Here comes your ambivalence. It drains the paint right off the ceiling. I would like to know where I stand just for once to end this evening. Someone told me somewhere they had seen you,
They had seen you.
or some parking lot that claimed to be you,
Claim to be you.
holding up the traffic with your nightwear. Here's where I check out. Don't come running back to me. I'm not some kind of charity. Lay away your tragedies is why I hate Los Angeles. Holding up the traffic with your nightwear. Here's where I check out. Have you met my latest beer? It's got a name, so you can call it. It comes out whenever you're near. Let it stay or just ignore it. I dreamed I could change myself. I turned into a box of candy. You can buy an open me, say, oh, my favorite chip.
Nowhere.